Hello students, welcome to the lecture Current Source Inverter. The basic definition of current source inverter is to convert the input direct current into an alternating current. As you know, an ideal current source is constant and should be independent of voltage source. So let us see the circuit diagram of a current source inverter with R load. So current source inverter. In this lecture, we will be discussing about R load and also the pure capacitive load. It consists of 4 thyristors, so T1, T2, T3, T4, and here it is the resistive load. This is R load. So voltage in series with a large inductance. So why here means, in reality we know that there is no current source. So we need to make current source. So for that purpose, we can provide a constant current by connecting one voltage source. This is one voltage source in series with large inductance. As we know that the property of inductance, that it won't allow the sudden change in current. This inductance, property of inductance is it won't allow the sudden change of current. So when we connect voltage source with large inductance, then definitely the current produced across it will be constant. So this is the current so produced by this current source. Actually we can represent this voltage source with a large capacitor is as a current source. Okay, and Is is the input source current which is constant, and the constant current is provided by connecting voltage source in series with large inductance. So these 4 thyristors T1, T2, T3 and T4. From 0 to pi by 2, triggering T1 and T2. So first the circuit diagram 0 to pi by 2 or T by 2 is the conduction time. If it is pi, this conduction angle. So yes, this is so T by 2 means conduction time. Okay. In 0 to pi by 2, so what are the two switches or the triggering means T1 and T2. So let us see the direction. So here it is plus and it is minus connected to. So 0 to pi by 2. So T1. So through load. So T2 and through the negative terminal. Okay. And the direction of current is plus to minus. You can see the waveform, and this is your output voltage 0 to pi by 2, this plus to minus. Okay, and so I0 is equal to Is. So here I0 is equal to Is. Whatever the input current is coming from the source will appear across a load. Similarly, the V0 output voltage across the load, V0 is the output voltage across the load, is equal to V0 is I0 into R. So the same voltage will appear during the interval 0 to T by 2. Okay. So next, from T by 2 to 1, from T by 2 to T, or from pi to 2 pi. The triggering thyristors are T3 and T4. So Is will flow, so T3. So now Is will flow through this T3 and through load, so T4 and to the negative. So if you observe in this, the current direction is opposite. So here it is plus and it is minus. The direction of the current is opposite to the positive cycle. Okay. So if you see, observe the waveform here. So this is the direction of current. That means the I0 is equal to minus Is, which is less than equal to 0. But I0 always remains constant, but it is I0 minus Is. And what about V0? So V0 is equal to I0 into R. V0 is equal to I0 into R. What is I0? It is minus Is. So the same waveform will resemble here. So the output terminal we are getting, finally at the output terminal we are getting the alternating current. This will give the I0 maximum. And current source is unidirectional, no matter of the output voltage. And this input voltage Vin is always positive, because Is is equal to constant. So input voltage Vin is equal to, how can we get the input voltage? So to find input voltage, apply KVL between T1 and T2. So let us see. So apply KVL between T1 and T2. Since these two are absent, so these two are open circuited. So these T1 and T2 are short circuited. So if you apply the KVL across this loop, so what you will get here? Minus Vin. So minus Vin here plus, yes, plus minus plus. So V0 is equal to 0. Okay. So from this what we will get? Vin is equal to, so Vin is equal to V0. So what is the input voltage now? Vin is equal to V0. So whatever the voltage appears for V0 is same as Vin. And during the period from T by T to T, so T by T to T, what are the thyristors are in triggering mode? T3 and T4. So now these two are T1 and T2 are in open circuit, T3 and T4 are in closed circuit. Now so if you write so KVL in this loop, what are you following? KVL in this loop, so what you will get? Equation minus Vin minus V0. Okay, so minus Vin, so this is your Vin plus minus, and minus V0. Minus V0 is equal to 0. So from this what is Vin? So Vin is equal to, so Vin is equal to minus V0. Okay, Vin is equal to minus V0. So Vin is equal to here minus V0. So minus V0 into this minus V0, it becomes plus V0. Okay, so plus V0 means Vin, the duration T by T to T also, the Vin is positive. So Vin always positive. So Is always constant. So the power is Vin into Is always greater than 0. So power always delivered source to load in resistive load. These are the some parameters related to the resistive load. If you trigger T1 and T2 0 to pi by 2, the output current and the output voltage is I0 is equal to Is greater than 0 and V0 is equal to I0 into R. So from T3 T4, I0 is equal to minus Is and V0 is equal to I0 into R, which is less than 0. Input voltages of the rest, Vin is equal to V0, Vin is equal to minus V0 from T by T to T. So RMS output current and the RMS output voltage. So I0 RMS is equal to Is and here V0 RMS is equal to I0 into R. Okay. So next circuit diagram for the current source inverter and so pure capacitive load. The same circuit instead of resistive load here representing capacitive load. So load current, capacitive load, same voltage source, large inductance, direction of current, and the thyristors T1, T2, T3 and T4. Here it is a pure capacitive. In pure capacitive load, so what is the relation of I and V? I leads V by 90 degrees, or V lags I by 90 degrees. Okay. So if you see, observe the output waveform. So I0 is equal to Is, because load current waveform is not dependent upon load. So Is, it is not dependent upon load. Whatever the Is will appear as I0. Okay. So coming to the voltage. As I told, in pure capacitive load, V lags I by 90 degrees. Okay. So this is, we say it is pi by 2. So 90 degrees. So here, so the voltage, we observe these 2 points. So the voltage here appearing, it is exactly lags I by 90 degrees. Okay. So this is your pi 90 degrees. So voltage exactly lags by 90 degrees. Since it is pure capacitive load. Or you can also obtain from this relation. So we have I0 is equal to IC is equal to C dV0 by dt. So from this we can obtain V0 t is equal to 1 by C integration of IC dt, or 1 by C integration of I0 dt. That means if we integrate this square wave, by integrating square wave, anyway you get the triangle in nature. And for T2 and T3 operation, so T1 and T2 conduction period it is, and for T3 and T4 conduction period, again this exactly 90 degrees it is, voltage lags I by 90 degrees. Okay. So conduction period it is, so T1 and T2. Since it is the capacitor load, the conduction period will go on up to, so here, and again it is, so T3 and T4 because of the capacitive nature. Since here this current source inverter with capacitive load, so feeds natural or load communication is possible. So to turn off this thyristor T1 and T2. Okay. And V in, as usually, so V in is equal to V0 from 0 to T by 2. You can follow the same. Supply KVL, so between this T1 and T2. So since when these two are operating, these two are off. So if you apply the KVL for this, so this is open circuit, open. So what we will get? It is minus VIN. So minus plus minus VIN plus V0 is equal to 0. So Vm is equal to V0. So Vm is equal to, so V0, whatever the voltage of V0 will appear at the same Vm. And for T by T to T, again apply the KVL, you will get Vn is equal to minus V0. You can see here Vn is equal to minus V0 from T by T to T. So Vn is equal to minus V0. Again here Vn is equal to minus V0. So this positive becomes negative, and this negative into negative becomes positive. Okay. So in this way the waveform will continue. So, but when T1, T2 gets, that means here the frequency of input voltage F input is equal to 2 times of the fundamental frequency. Okay. So you can observe here the pure sinusoidal voltage, the standard frequency is 60 Hz. So but the input voltage here 2 times of the fundamental frequency, that is, so 2 into 50 Hz, 100 Hz. Okay. And let us see some applications of voltage source inverter. The voltage applications of voltage source inverter are used in UPS units, uninterrupted power system units, and low tension plasma generators, AC motor drives, switching devices, and induction motors for pumps and fans. And advantages: feedback diode is not required since the current is constant, whereas if you observe in voltage source inverters, so anti-parallel diode is connected across the thyristors. So but here there is no diode because it is not required, since always the current is in unidirectional, so from source to load. Even across the thyristors there is no chance of reverse biasing. Okay, and commutation is simple. In current source inverter with RL load, it is required forced commutation to turn off the thyristors T1 and T2, whereas in capacitive mode, in capacitive load, natural or load communication is possible to turn off T1 and T2, because during the period pi by 2 to pi, so T1 and T2 gets reverse biased and automatically natural commutation process is possible. And there are some disadvantages also. It's need an extra converter stage. So to operate the current source inverter, you need some extra converter stage. And at light load, it has stability problem and sluggish performance. So it is quite drawback to operate at light loads because of its stability problem and sluggish performance. And this is all about the current source inverters. Okay, thank you.